Alright everyone, so with the summer movie season being over, it's time to look onto the rest of 2025 movies that I am anticipated for right now. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at 12 of these movies. Now granted, these movies could be great and some of them could be good, but I am very anticipated with them. So let's hop on into the video and let's get started. First up we have The Running Man. Excuse me. The Running Man, I'm not fully crazy that they're remaking an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from Stephen King book years ago, but the trailers obviously feel a lot better as I like. They could pull it off. They could end up pulling it off, as they're probably going back to like the right material for this film, and it is like what it they're going back to probably making it right for the for the book and all. And Glenn Powell is becoming one of the biggest actors for years to come. So honestly, every time I rewatch the trailers, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This could be good. This could be good. This could be good. Well, but I'm just not fully crazy that they're remaking it. But the trailers obviously got me a little bit more excited. So, Glenn Powell, good luck with you. And I hope this movie does very good at the box office. And I hope it does not disappoint me. Next up, we have Zootopia 2. Now, I was only 12 years old when the original came out nearly a decade ago. And I've been waiting for a sequel for a very long time, but now we're getting one. But it's just been a long time, but Disney animated movies with the sequels, like Inside Out 2, actually did pretty good at the box office. And they tried to like reconnect, like Disney's trying to like reconnect themselves, trying to fix their issues back early this decade. But yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how I fully feel about it, but it's one of these big movies that obviously I remember growing up. So I'd be totally down for another one of these Disney sequels that could make a lot of money. So only one way to find out. Next up, we have The Long Walk. Now, this is a movie based on a book by Stephen King. Yes, The Running Man is based on a book by Stephen King. And it's mostly about in a dystopian United States ruled by totalitarian rhyme, a group of young men enter an annual walking contest in which they must maintain a speed of at least 3 miles per hour or risk execution. The contest ends when only one remains alive. Okay. So I'm curious to see how it is. And some of Stephen King's books have been really good with film adaptations, though. It stars Cooper Hoffman, David Johnson, who is the guy who played Sam in Ted Lasso, and it got Mark Hamill in it. So it's based on a Stephen King book, so why the heck not? Next up, we have Predator: Badlands. Now, I am a huge fan of the original Predator starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and directed by John McTiernan. But since that movie came out nearly 40 years ago, they've struggled to continue this franchise, and all the movies they have put out have been massive disappointments. But when Prey came out a few years ago, it was very well received. And this one, I'm not particularly sure because some of the Predator movies that we've gotten have been missed and some of them have been hits. So it's either a hit or miss for this one. And I'm just not really sure with any of the directors' work. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with this. And I'm a little bit on the fence with this one, but I do like Predator films. I do like the Aliens and the Predators films, but this one obviously could very well disappoint me. Some of them could, obviously, this one could particularly have me at a was fun but kind of bad. Or this one could have me It surprised me, but it did kind of, had a bit of issues though. But only one way to check it out. But this does obviously, but if I end up seeing it, I could do a Predator ranking. So, yeah. So this one could hit or it could miss. Up next we have Tron Ares. Now, I love the original Tron starring Jeff Bridges and directed by Steven Lisberger. And then Tron Legacy, I honestly do dig it despite not being well received. And the effects in Tron Legacy are pretty good, and the score by Daft Punk, I love it. And this one, I'm really glad we're getting another one of these Tron films. But my main problem is I don't really trust Jared Leto with this one. And it's directed by the guy named Joaquin Ronan. He directed the last Pirates of the Caribbean film, some of the Disney movies as well. But it does star Jeff Bridges, who is reprising his role as Kevin Flynn. So it's Jeff Bridges I trust. But, I definitely have some interest in another Tron because, it'd be quite interesting to check it out because of where Kevin Flynn could be at after Tron Legacy. And it's sad to see that Daft Punk is not going to do the music score, but Nine Inch Nails, which Nine Inch Nails I never really heard about, but I never really heard about Nine Inch Nails, but I'm willing to check, but I'm willing to hear what they could do with the scores though. Yeah. So, yeah. Definitely excited to see it. And I hope it lives up to the hype. And hopefully be one of those sequels that wasn't made way too late. Next up we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, I know I didn't talk about the original Five Nights at Freddy's on my channel, but I mean it's pretty fun and it can also be bad, but video game movies have become box office hits with Minecraft, Sonic, Mario, so yeah. And it's probably going to do the same thing for the games though, because you're going to have more of the security guard, more of the girl, more of the animatronics, and more of the scares in the game. And, this sequel could potentially be bad, but it can also have your interest in going and seeing more of these type of video games because they become box office hits after hits after hits after hits. And if you're a fan of this franchise, you're definitely gonna probably go see it at the theaters though. Just saying. So, yeah. I'm willing to check it out. I saw the last film and it could be fun but bad. But this one here could be possibly the same, or it could possibly be better than the last, or it could obviously just be the same as the first film. Next up we have Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Now this is a biopic of famous singer Bruce Springsteen, played by Jeremy Allen White. You also have Jeremy Strong, Paul Walter Hauser, Gabby Hoffman, and is directed by Scott Cooper, who also wrote the script for it. And Scott Cooper, I am familiar with his work. He did Crazy Heart and Black Mass with Johnny Depp. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan, but I'm willing to check this one out here because I'm kind of curious about this. Because Bruce Springsteen, he's obviously, he's had became one of the most biggest rock and roll stars in the world right now. But if you're not a fan of Bruce Springsteen, I highly recommend you check it out though. It just performed at the 52nd Telluride Film Festival. And so far, its Rotten Tomatoes score, 100%. So, yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of Bruce Springsteen, you can check it out. But if you're not, you have to probably check it out and know more about him. And it stars Jeremy Allen White, so yeah, I'm interested. I'll definitely be down for it. And I believe it comes out on my mother's birthday. Up next, we have Frankenstein from Guillermo del Toro. And we all know this Frankenstein. Like, Frankenstein's been adapted like multiple times. But it stars Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz, Lars Mikkelsen, like so many big names you could think about. And yeah, I mean, Guillermo del Toro is the guy who's directed, written, he directed The Shape of Water, and he also has done Nightmare Alley, Pan's Labyrinth. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of his films, but they obviously are fantastic with the background, and his style is definitely work. But it's not like Tim Burton, not like that at all. But this probably could be his final live action adaptation, because he probably might be switching into animation soon. So yeah, and just believe it performed at the couple film festivals, and so far, and I think solid reviews came out. So I'm willing to check it out on Netflix soon, this November. And I'm not the biggest Frankenstein fan, but willing to check it out here. Next up, we have Marty Supreme. And this is a co-written and directed by Josh Safdie, who's, made movie with his brother, Benny Safdie. He played the villain in Happy Gilmore 2. It stars Timothy Chalamet as Marty Mauser. And it basically is a sports comedy. Sports drama, in which it's about a young Marty Mauser in the 1950s pursuing his dream of becoming a champion table tennis player. Okay. I mean, I like sports films, and I'm also a sports guy as well, so honestly, Timothy Chalamet has had a lot of hits after hits after hits after hits, and he's been working so hard to get that Oscar. And like, every single project I think he puts out, he just keeps getting better and better and better every single time. Every single time he puts out a new movie, I think he always keeps on being a good actor every single year. So I'll continue to see more of his work, because every single film he puts out keeps getting better, because he always does act good in them. Next up, we have Wake Up, Dead Man, and Knives Out Mystery. And this is the third installment in the Knives Out franchise, starring Daniel Craig and a bunch of new people in this film. And I love the original Knives Out. The second one, I didn't find it particularly good. I liked it, but I didn't think it was good as the first, but I still had a lot of fun with it though. And Rian Johnson, he knows how to make mystery movies as well. Yeah. And I think this would probably be, and yeah. And I'm pretty sure and I'm really been like on board with this one ever since it was announced. You got a bunch of new people: Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close, Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott, and Thomas Hayden Church. And I'm always a huge fan of murder mystery movies. And yeah. And this franchise I've always been a huge fan of since 2019 when it first came out. And maybe when this one comes out, I will probably do a ranking for this one as well. Our runner-up, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Now, we all know James Cameron is just gonna continue putting out all of these Avatar films. And for the last couple years, he's only now put out 2 movies. But the good news is, it hasn't been that long since we got an Avatar sequel, and it's only been 3 years. Cameron knows how to deliver film. From 1984 to 97, he put out multiple movies every year, but then he went out to Pandora, and now we get the 3rd installment. And so far, 3 years later, it's here. It is here. Not that long, not 10, not 20 years, 3 years right now. 3 years. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna do fine. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay. And hoping obviously makes a lot of money at the box office. And if you're not a huge fan of this franchise, you're probably thinking, do we really need more of these? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I think they've just gotten, and I still debate on whether do I like the original or do I like the second. And I'm obviously not sure if I'm like this one more, the second one more, or the original more. And I haven't watched the second installment since I last saw it in theaters. But James Cameron, the man who obviously, did Terminator, Titanic, Aliens, knows how to deliver films. He knows how to make good films as well. And then continue to be box office hit after hits after hits after hits. So, yeah. And I think the trailer obviously does, get me very excited, and the music obviously just keeps on getting me excited every single time. But if you're not interested, it's fine. But for me though, it's gonna be a very, very long movie for me, but good news is, it won't be that long since we got one. It had been 3 years since our last James Cameron movie came out. But easily, without a doubt, coming in #1 is Wicked for Good. And we got part 1 from last year, and boy, did it deliver. Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and everybody did phenomenal in it. And now part 2, I thought it was just gonna be Wicked Part 2, but they changed it to Wicked for Good. And this was just set up years after the first Wicked. And I'm probably just big word, Glenda and Althaba. Glenda just not recognized as Glenda Good as public figure watched over by the wizard and Manamora Bone. Althaba is now just continues to fight her rights as LGBT fugitive. And while this probably might set up something obviously from Wizard of Oz. If you're not familiar with the Wizard of Oz, this is probably my setup before Dorothy Gale came to the Lion of Oz. And honestly though, I'd be down for part 2 of this because the last one did so good and received a bunch of Oscar awards, Oscar nominations as well. And I thought the music was just so good. And I saw it right before, after, going through the pretty, hard time that I had last fall. But yeah, obviously can't wait to see it and hopefully and see how all of the Althaba and Glenda story ends. And Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, absolutely. I am willing to check it out. I'm willing to be hopefully be excited to just walk into the theater to see more of these characters. So this comes in at number 1. And that's gonna do it for this video, everybody. Thank y'all for watching, and y'all what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, you know I appreciate it. And I want to give you all a full update that I'm back at college right now, and you probably might have saw the community posts. But yeah, this is probably I probably will keep the videos going, but it's probably gonna take some time to upload videos. But as always, everyone, have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.